the very first workshop, guys, and we're going to talk about why travel, why choose travel as a business. There are tons of other things that folks can do to go out and earn income. And so we're really going to dive in for just a few minutes. This very first workshop, guys, this very first class, if you will, on why travel, why choose travel as a business. And I'm going to throw it over to my co-host real quick, Ms. Tanya Parker Footwell. What are you thinking as we dive into why travel?
Well, you know what, Mr. Stewart, why not travel? Like, I've never had to convince anyone to take a trip. I've never had to convince anyone to go on vacation. I think people's challenges with vacations is usually the money, but we're going to talk about how to save and do that, right? So why not travel? Travel is the largest industry in the world, about $8 trillion, right, in profit. So you want to put yourself in the way of that 8 trillion. It's subject to double over the next few years, right? To 15, $16 trillion. That's 12 zeros, guys. So that is a lot of money. So you want to choose something that everyone else is doing, right? There's a coach that says, make something that you love your hobby, but make something that everyone else loves to do your business, right? And so you guarantee that profit, Mrs. Stewart. That is why travel. Why not travel?
Wow. Okay, you kind of really dove right in. That's good. Yeah, I mean, so that's it, guys. Thanks for joining. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna get into it, but you really covered some of the statistics. I mean, it's really hard not to do because it just makes sense. Travel is a truly a really big business. So let's dive into it. I mean, here's the short answer, guys, as to why choose travel as a business. Almost everyone you know is traveling or wants to travel. And when you really think about it, we're going to show you what Tanya just talked about, which is the actual numbers as to how big the industry is, and you'll really be blown away when you see how many people are actually taking advantage of the product. They use the product every single day, guys. I mean, just a huge industry. So what you do is you have an opportunity as a travel professional to get paid on what people are doing anyway. And so I don't know about you, but when I took a look at becoming an entrepreneur, I wanted to do something that folks already wanted to do. I wanted to do something that people were coming to me for. I didn't have to chase them down. I didn't really have to educate them per se on a product. It was something that they already wanted, like a house, like an automobile. And vacation fits that mode, or travel fits that mode, guys. Folks are doing it, some out of need, some for pleasure, right? And so we just wanted to really put ourselves in the way of that. And that's what you have the opportunity to do when you become a travel professional, okay? So travel, everyone's doing it. You get a chance to put yourself in the way. Tanya, you talked about this. Travel is right now the largest industry in the world, guys, and that is not going to change. Travel is an $8 trillion industry on an annual basis, guys. And you talked about it, Tanya. You said it's 12 zeros. Normally, when we talk about a trillion, we're talking about the national debt. All right. So that kind of really puts it into perspective how big the travel industry is, guys. And so you want to be swimming in a very large pool when you're in business. You want to be in one that's expanding and not contracting. And Tanya, you were right there when you said travel is set to grow to 15 trillion over the next 10 years. Guys, this is incredible. I mean, think about this. This is 1 trillion short of doubling in the next 10 years, guys. So again, when I took a look at this, just as from a business standpoint, one, if I'm going to be in business, be in one that's expanding so that you can benefit from that growth. Okay. So travel is set to double. Now, timing is everything when it comes to business, guys. And you could not have picked a better time to look at travel as a profession. And here's why, guys. Take a look at how travel affects the gross domestic product. We talked about travel being set to double in the next 10 years, being 1 trillion short of doubling. Guys, these are actual statistics that we're actually blowing by, if you will. All right. So take a look at the gross domestic product. And this was done, I think, in 2014. This was actually done, well, 2015. Guys, take a look at where we are in billions of dollars. All right. We were right at 8 billion. Right. I mean, this is 8 billion. I'm sorry. This is incredible, guys, and set to grow. Right, according to how we're affecting the gross domestic product, guys. 2025, right under 12 billion, right? And this is just here in the US. All right, that's amazing, guys. So you're falling right into that gap right now in 2018 where travel is skyrocketing. Okay, so absolutely incredible. You can screenshot that, you can Google that, you can look it up, guys. Travel's contribution, travel and tourism to the gross domestic product, absolutely phenomenal for our numbers, people. Right, so travel is skyrocketing. You're at the right place at the right time. Tanya, I'm going to let you talk about this. This is the #1 research category online. This statistic kind of blew me away. Are you still there? Can't hear you if you're still there.
I'm sorry, I was on mute, still
Okay.
thinking about the slide before, right? Just seeing it in a graph is amazing. But the #1 research category online, guys, it is, you can look up anything online, right? Anything and everything that you want to do, you can look that information up online. Travel is the #1 thing. It's the thing that people are looking up the most. And statistics say, right, Jay, that you're looking it up between the hours of 9 to 5. Stacey, that means that we're at work, we're looking up travel. People are tilting their screens, they have their phone underneath their desk, right, trying to figure out where it is that they want to go, right, where they should be at work. So, guys, that's another clue as to why travel is the hottest industry on the planet.
Absolutely. Listen, I mean, baby boomers are fueling the growth when it comes to travel. This is phenomenal, guys. I mean, folks want to know. We're saying travel is big. It's the #1 research category. It's an $8 trillion industry. But who's traveling? So when you look at this, guys, I mean, this is amazing. Baby boomers are literally fueling the growth. If you don't know who baby boomers are, that's that group of people between the age of, they were born between 1946 and 1964. Okay. So, guys, these baby boomers right now, they're retiring in record numbers. All right. Baby boomers are retiring in record numbers. So, what do you do logically when you have more time and you have more money? Well, you want to travel, right? You absolutely want to travel. So, baby boomers are a big reason why travel is so huge right now, right? So, why it's exploding. Every industry that baby boomers touch, guys, you'll find this very interesting. They explode the market, every single industry. When baby boomers were starting to drive, because there were so many people born between 1946 and 1964, when that group of people started to drive, the automobile industry exploded, right? When they started to purchase real estate, the real estate market exploded. Now that they're retiring in record numbers, right? Guys, guess what? Travel is exploding the exact same way. And the statistics and the numbers are there to prove it. Now, this next one is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Guys, millennials right now spend $200 billion a year in travel. And guys, if you do not believe me, guys, you can go on Google. You can Google anything that we're talking about. Do some research, guys. Millennial travel is picking up like never before. They're taking over the industry. I mean, I can remember when I was a millennial, we took car trips. We were going up and down the interstate. That was a family vacation for us. Wasn't really on a plane until later on. But guys, now my millennials, I'm a father of three, all three millennials actually. Guys, I mean, they're getting out. They're seeing the world. The world is a much smaller place. If you look at millennial social media pages, they literally look like the Travel Channel. So they're not scared to do it, guys, and they're doing it in a major way to the tune of $200 billion every single year. Now, Tanya, this is amazing to me. I'm going to throw this to you, but success leaves clues, right? So if you want to know what business to be in, if you want to follow the trend, sometimes you got to look at the people that are making money, the billionaires. Tanya, what do you think about this article right here?
Oh, absolutely. If you know someone that's successful, if you're following people who are successful, Mr. Warren Buffett, right? He invested $9 billion on travel. So we already said that it was an $8 trillion industry, right? Projected to grow and projected to double. Mr. Buffett is investing $9 billion into travel. Guys, that is a huge clue. Again, it is the greatest industry, and it's the most profitable industry that you want to put yourself in the way of, Mr. Stewart.
Absolutely. And you're talking about billionaires. This gentleman is no stranger to money. If you know anything about Virgin, then you know Richard Branson, right?
Hmm.
Guys, Richard Branson has been making money for a very long time. You can do some research on him. But guys, just recently, he's launched what? His adult-only cruise line. So again, guys, this is just a clue. I mean, you want to know why travel is big, guys, or if it's big, you really, truly have to look at all the clues that are around you. And then if the clues aren't enough, we just showed you the actual statistics. But we encourage you guys, if you're going into business for yourself, do some research about travel. Guys, they're building more cruise ships right now than they ever have in the history of the world. And what I love about travel, to me, this is just a personal opinion. I feel like travel is the indestructible product, an indestructible business. And what do I mean by that? Guys, I mean, travel can have you can have a bad day in travel, and it's not going to stop anything, right? Your business is never going to go away, guys, because folks are still going to travel, regardless if it's been a tragedy or a mishap or anything of that nature. Travel is that industry that bounces right back. I mean, right back the next day they're in business because every other industry uses our business, guys, which is travel. And so this is absolutely incredible. Now, if you don't, if that didn't do it for you, we're going to play a quick video, you guys. And this video is really going to help you really take a good look at how travel measures up to the other choices that you have when it comes to having a home-based business, right? Something that you can do from home. There are a lot of other things that you can do. Health and wellness is a big thing. A lot of folks are into health and wellness. And so this is a really good example right here in this video. It really kind of shows you how travel measures up to all the other industries that you could possibly participate in from your home and grow a business. So let's take a look at this quick video, then we'll come right back.
One of my favorite examples is Starbucks. I mean, how long has the coffee industry been around, and how big is the coffee industry? Okay, I mean, how many companies sell coffee? Starbucks, doing it just a little bit different. They carved out their piece, and now they're a multi-billion-dollar company. And I got a little demonstration that I want to show you that I think is kind of fun. The coffee industry is $100 billion. So $100 billion every year is spent around the world on coffee. Each one of these gumballs represents 1 billion in annual sales. There's 100 gumballs in here. This is the coffee industry. So Starbucks, if they want to, let's say they're brand new and they're starting out and they've got this goal to become a billion-dollar company, they need to carve out 1% of that pie. So they would need to have this much of that pie, 1%. So it's really, a small percentage of this overall pie. They've been more successful than that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They do about 8 billion in sales. That's a pretty significant portion of the entire worldwide global sales of coffee. The nutrition industry is $226 billion every year is spent on nutrition. So again, each one of these gumballs represents $1 billion in sales. So here's the coffee industry. Here's the nutrition industry. And by the way, you may not know this or not, but over half of all the network marketing companies on the planet today, they're nutrition companies. Now let's talk about the travel industry. We need a bigger base here. All right, here's the travel industry. It's pretty impressive, right? Well, it doesn't stop there. That's pretty big, right? There's more. But wait, there's more. And one more. All right. So here's coffee. Here's nutrition, the entire nutrition industry. Here's travel.
All right, guys. Well, listen, I don't know about you, but that video really kind of puts it into perspective how big the travel business is, guys. So you are in the right place at the right time when it comes to travel. My co-host, Tom, what do you think about that?
I absolutely love this video, right? Because it gives you the visual of what you're getting. It gives you the visual and the comparison. I think Miss Kim Beasley says she loves this video in the comments on Facebook. I absolutely just love how you can just see. I mean, it's a no-brainer, Jay. It's a no-brainer around why travel when we talk about why you want to do travel. It's social, it's fun, and clearly it's lucrative.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I mean, there you have it. That is our first workshop, really short and to the point. You know, why travel as a business? Because number one, everybody's doing it, ladies and gents. It's a huge industry. If you're swimming in a $1 billion pool, yeah, or $1 trillion pool, literally you could slip up, you know, and make a six-figure income inside of travel. And guys, then when you take a look at travel in comparison to all the other options that you have, and there are tons of options, guys, travel just makes sense. Why not be in the largest industry in the world? And so, guys, as we close out this first workshop, we encourage you to ask your questions. You can do it here in the comment section on this post. You can do it at any of the live workshops, guys. We love questions. Questions are great. Make sure you get your questions answered. That's the entire purpose of the lab, so that you can become educated. Even if you're watching the replay of this, guys, make sure that you go to the questions post that we have inside the lab. You'll see this picture that you see on the screen. There's another post with this picture, guys. Go to that post, put your questions there, and we'll make sure that we have an experienced agent on the team answer those for you, guys. So again, coming up tonight is going to be our next workshop, guys, at 8:00 p.m. We're going to be talking about why travel agents are necessary. Guys, you are not going to want to miss that at 8:00 tonight, why travel agents are necessary. And then, guys, at 8:20, we're going to talk about host travel agencies. What is a host travel agency? Can you go into business for yourself as a travel professional, or do you need to partner with a host? And so we'll talk about those two things as well. So why travel agents, or are travel agents still necessary? What is a host? And why should you partner with the host? We'll talk about that in the next three segments, guys, coming up at 8:20, and 8:40. So again, guys, get your questions answered. Go to that questions post. Make sure if you have questions about anything that you've just seen or anything coming up, go get those questions answered, guys. And we look forward to seeing you at 8 p.m. in the next segment. All right. Have an amazing day, guys. Welcome to the lab, and we'll see you at 8:00.